Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Spin Rack. I'm here with my boys, PD and Kyle. Say what's up, gents.
What's going on?
Ready to rock.
Hey, we're talking about this trailer, supposedly the final trailer from Dune 2. Let's take a look at the selector, and I have a lot to say.
There we go.
In this place hides a great power that in my dreams manifests itself and warns me that a war is coming.
In Arrakis, you will not only learn how to ride the Fremen. The planet will show you what you do not see. It will show you your future. And that's just the beginning.
This world is beyond cruelty. You believe in hope.
Little son, he does not speak or act like a weakling, nor did his father.
You have to get ready.
What if Paul Atreides is still alive?
This is my due. Kill them all. Show me who you are. You at this prophet. My visions are out of control. They demand that I do whatever it takes to win.
We gave them something to hope for.
I am called Wazim Atreides! You, Uncle Arrakis!
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
Well, I mean, hey, I'm liking it. It's Dune 2. I've liked all the stuff to Dune. I don't want to hear what people say, oh, this is bad. I'm a big fan of Dune. And I think this is definitely that the director, Denis Villeneuve, has done a good job in showing what Dune could possibly be. It's not going to be perfect because Dune is a humongous series of novels, but I think that his take on it is very good. Now, the question is that this is the final trailer, but according to what they're saying this movie isn't going to be dropped until March 1st, 2024. So I really don't think this is the final trailer. You know, this was the final trailer when it was supposed to be coming out in November or December. So I'm going to pass it on to you, brothers. Tell me what you guys think of the trailer. PD, let me hit you up with that first selector.
This feels like the one with most of all the action in it, right? So it's like kind of the split. So it looks like it's going to be good. I had experience outside of Dune watching this movie with my brother where you have an art film, and he was watching his the way he was talking about it was saying, you know, you don't have to stay up for the whole thing. Like you can fall asleep, which happened for me in Dune. So it gave me a different kind of experience when you have a movie that's that vast and that long, and sometimes you fall asleep and you just extract what you can get out of it. It's fine. So the first one I fell asleep on, it looked gorgeous. This one looks like it's having the action. So let's see how it goes. I'm all for it.
You fell asleep on it?
The first one I still haven't finished the whole thing. I fall asleep a couple times. I did that same thing for a movie I liked, which was called The Conversation. The third time I saw it is who's that guy? The guy who did Apocalypse Now. The third time I watched it, I was like, oh wow, this is good. But sometimes if you have that lull in the movie, it can catch me and I can just go zoop and be out. So yeah. But doing that happened to me on the first one. It was interesting, but I fell out. And when going back to my brother, we were watching this movie, and he was like intent on me watching this art film, and it was real artsy. And then when it was done, and I kept falling back and forth out of sleep, it's like you watched a good amount of it. But anyway, that's not how your viewing experience is. Every viewing experience is different, and at the same time, that means sometimes when you watch art films, it's okay to fall asleep and not feel ashamed about it. But at the same time, fall asleep and you don't like it, that's fine too. Next, Cal, what you got?
I'm sorry that they pushed this movie back, as I greatly enjoyed part one. Well, I saw the original Doom movie, which I thought was, well, pretty young when I saw it too. I just thought it was wild. Didn't make a whole bunch of feasible sense. And then, you get older, see it again, and it's still pretty much the same place. It was just like, okay, I thought that film was great for anybody who read the book, totally invested in it, and then read the future stuff with Children of Dune. They just wanted to see something, and they got that. I thought some of the parts were okay. A lot of it, I just felt they didn't have the technology. I didn't feel it at that time, of course. But as you get older, you're like, okay, they just didn't have the technology to execute this And then I saw the other movies that there was another set of movies that came out afterwards. I think those were on the Sci-Fi Channel, and you see them trying to do certain things with the suit and so on and so forth. And I thought those worked better because they were longer. They could give more time to the actual story. This right over here, in terms of the visuals, storytelling, the acting, probably the best it's been so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they close everything out. I hope they stick the landing. I thought they started off really, really well. I watched it. I mean, I was so enjoyed the first one, the first part, that I went and rewatched the first movie, and I watched the chapters, rather the serial, not serial, but the sci-fi version as well. Just because I wanted to have a really good comparison and contrast, mentally as to what was being put here, and not just because, well, these are better effects and so on and so forth. But this is definitely the best that they've done with Dune. And hey, if they can stick the landing, then yeah, I think this will without a doubt be the best that they've rendered, and gold standard going forward. If anybody decides to do anything else, if it really hits well, then I guess you could expect to see further, expansion with Children of Doom, that type of stuff. But as for right now, looking forward to seeing how they wrap everything up.
I'm with you 100% with that. I mean, I think that the first one was definitely, they stuck it pretty well. What's the director's name? Villeneuve, French. I mean, these guys tend to do a little bit more art housey type of movies compared to, the typical American fare. And I think he did a pretty good job, especially the visual. I mean, the cinematography. Jesus, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's like fantastic. It's like Ridley Scott just did Napoleon. The cinematography for some of those battle scenes are fantastic. But I mean, everything else.
All right, we're not going into Napoleon. Let's stick to
I'm not
stick
making no comments about
to
Napoleon.
this. All
Making
right.
some indications,
Good
okay?
Lord.
How the wind is blowing. That's all I gotta say. But I'm with Cal. The series that they had was not bad on Sci-Fi Channel, and I actually liked the David Lynch version. I mean, when I first saw it, it didn't match up to my vision of the book that I read, but I was like, okay, hey, let me see
We're
what it is.
happy that who's that chick was in it? Jennifer Beals was in it. That's what.
It was Rachel
No,
Ward.
I understand what they're talking about. You're just happy if you're a fan of Dune and a fan of the series. You're just happy you get something.
Mm-hmm.
You're just happy. Okay, at least I got something at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And but the great thing about also watching the original film and the sci-fi series and this one is the parts of the book that they emphasize, the parts of the book that make it in every single film. Those are the important parts. Those are the parts that the director, the writers feel like this has to be included. Like in every film, there's been that scene where they're trying to the early assassination attempt with that I forget what the name of that thing is, but it's pretty small, and then he ends up sensing it, he ends up catching it, that sort of thing. That's in every single one of those films. It's in every single one of those films, so it's a great dramatic moment. Everybody sees it. That it's something that's probably very energetic coming out of the books, and then when we get to the films, it wants the director, writers, they want that to be replicated on screen. So it's fun watching it across those particular iterations of it. And this one was, again, just the best of the lot. You do have things, like I said before, in terms of technology, that will allow for a better visual, but it's still a lot of fun seeing. Okay, these are things that this film cannot do without, and these are things that they just love to play around with. And what stuff gets left on the cutting room floor from the book or from previous films, it's just again, it's a fun. If you're a Dune fan, then yeah, if you take everything in, it's a lot of fun to do that juxtaposition or compare and contrast like I did. But they really had a very good handle on what was important to the story for this iteration.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. You're right. I don't think I misspoke. I don't think it was Ward. I think it was Sean Young. But yeah, yeah. I mean, look, Villeneuve seems to have stuck it on. He has the art house feel. He has the cinematography. He has this. He understands the story. He likes the story. Which is a big thing there. So I'm all for it. I hope it becomes a big hit. The last one did very well at the box office. So hopefully this next one will do it. But I think they have to choose a spot where they're not crowded in with a million other type of movies and not ending up killing it. Because that's what happened this summer. Movies that are advertised that everybody expected to do well didn't do as well as expected. So hopefully they stick this landing here.
I think they will. One of the I could go on, but one of the things I thought that they really executed well was that when you watch the film, you really do feel like you're on a different planet.
Oh yeah.
Every time you're in these different locales, the planet with all the rain, and then of course Dune itself, it really does feel like you're on a different planet. Like the air is different, the atmosphere is different, and that type of attention is not that type of attention that they paid to delivering on that, executing it really shows that there's a lot of thought going into it. So again, I could go on and on about it, but I really enjoy when this type of attention is paid to a film. They execute it well, and then we just get to enjoy it. So I'm sorry that they pushed it back. I was looking forward to it, but hey, March will come when March comes.
I'm with you then. Hey, anything else you want to add to this, Petey?
No, I'm good. You guys covered it.
That's what I love. I love agreement. We're all in agreement. This is a rare chance, guys. We all like this thing. I suggest you go out and buy some lotto tickets. If you hit, please don't forget to hook up the spinner eye.
Lotto tickets.
Lotto tickets, Powerball tickets, Mega tickets.
How does that help us?
And like I
I
said,
guess they give us a. I guess they give us a cut.
Will they let us know?
Yeah, of
Hey.
course they'll let us know.
we gotta believe in the holiday season and the goodness of man. All right. So hey,
Wow.
spinner rack.
Out.
We're out.